Good afternoon. I'm Angela Evans with the Career Development Center. I'd like to welcome you to the first of 3 Career Bits peer-to-peer trainings, Leadership in the Changing World. This is part of the Career Bytes Conference virtual series and also a part of the National Career Development Month throughout November. Funding has been kindly appropriated by the Student Government Association. The theme of this series is Prepare, Connect, Succeed. This brief peer-to-peer training is based on the NACE Career Readiness Competency of Leadership and will be approximately 10 to 15 minutes long with a Q&A session at the end. Now I'd like to introduce our student facilitator, Tejashree Kummari. Hello, Tejashree. Tejashree is currently a graduate student in Management Information Systems. She is an active leader at UIS in ISO, which is the Indian Student Organization. Also SAM, which is the Society for Advancement of Management, and finally a national organization in India. Welcome, Tejashree. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. This is Tejashree, and as Angela introduced me, I am a graduate student in UIS, also a board member for Indian Student Organization, and a board member for SAM organization in UIS. So apart from this, the main motive for me to select the leadership as a competency is because I'm also a mentor and a lead facilitator for a national organization called SCALE, IUCEE SCALE back in India. So that was main reason for me to take up the student facilitator lead here. The competency that I selected today is about leadership, because I believe leadership is all about learning, and learning is an endless iterative process, and it is always a leader's secret quality to never stop learning and grow beyond the expectations. As an educator and an influencer, Stephen Covey would say, what you do has far greater impact than what you say, and hence people who create opportunities are called leaders, and that is what makes a difference between the normal people and the leaders. Next. Yeah, so I have abbreviated the word leader according to my knowledge and my experience. So I would say L in a leader stands for learning to understand the goal or the common motive that you have for you and for your team. E stands to empower and never stop encouraging your fellow mates to believe in the common vision that you share, because it is always a leader's quality to lead the team and influence a gathering. So A in leader is all about adapting to changes and utilizing the changes to turn them into your goal and the goal into the reality. The next D in leader stands to delegate the work and give your team authority to turn from better to the best. E stands to engage and communicate with everyone to know their points of interest and thoughts. R stands to reflect the positivity, trust, belief that you have on the common vision or the shared goal that you have. So this is my basic understanding of how and what leader qualities are. And because I believe a leader is someone who everyone would look up to, so people would come and learn from us. So leader is all about being a good example for everyone. So this is my basic understanding, and I believe a captain is not just someone who leads the road, but is someone who would empower the crowd, encourage the team to show the best that they have, influence a gathering, and most importantly, would learn from their mistakes silently, but talk about the positives aloud. So that is what I believe leadership is. The next quality or the next attribute about being a good leader for an organization is being able to connect. And when I say connect, it is all about socializing and collaborating with organizations to understand the level and the standards. Building our organization at each and every step with creative changes, is what makes the difference in the whole process. So when we talk about process, I believe strategizing and creating content and connecting to the crowd is a very important step in socializing or connecting. So next. Because I am a part of student organization in UIS, I would like to talk about leaders or the quality of what I believe leaders should have in student organization. I believe creating opportunities for leadership development, shared interest, and student engagement is one of the main goal of being a leader in the organization. Being able to collaborate with affiliated groups or welcoming ideas and be opening to change and encourage the team is another aspect of being a good leader for an organization. Being a captain uh, is always about confidence, positivity, or having a clear vision. Competency, emotional intelligence is also, I would say, a very important quality. And all this is very much possible when you socialize, connect to different groups, build boundaries, but bigger boundaries to be able to welcome as much talent as you can into the team. So it is all about little acts of influence. Therefore, planning, strategizing, creating content is all about leadership. Next. So sharing my message. Um, as I mentioned before, I am a part of ISO, SAM, and IUCEE scale in India. So I believe that the key ingredient as a leader is humility, apart from other characteristics like vision, being able to influence the crowd, competency, and impact. When I speak about humility, it is in this case the lack of pride and the absence of assumption, but having confidence and having lots of self-worth. So um yes, that is what I believe being a good leader is. And the world and the market is all about opportunities, which keeps fluctuating. And being a lead or a being a leader is, people expect to know all the changes in the dynamic environment. So the strategy used today to execute a plan might not work tomorrow. Thus, a leader is expected to be aware of the unforeseen events in leading a team and is expected to be a positive example in the society. Next. Yes, thank you. So that is what I believe, that is what I have from my knowledge and experience that I shared here. So that would be it from my end. Because it's a peer-to-peer training session, I would, more than like to hear your views on this topic, or if you have any comments, or if you would like to share anything, you're most welcome.
Yes, our first question is, can you offer some specific examples of how you engaged in some of your different clubs and organizations to be able to reach participants and to get them excited about your message?
Of course. So I would say, say that apart from the hard work that we put in, when we started the organization, we were just a bunch of 5 students in our college who had a motive to, make engineering a practical knowledge. Because in India, we have a lot of studies. We have students from different backgrounds, but it is a very rare occasion where the knowledge that you have is put to practice. So it was our common goal to put the engineering studying into practice. So SCALE, which stands for Students Consortium for Advanced Learning in Engineering, it involves multidisciplinary engineering students to solve real-time societal problems. So that was the common goal we had. And our advisors back in college supported us a lot. So when we had this idea, we reached out to the dean of our college, and we took our advisor support. We reached out to different teachers, faculties in our college to get insights from them if what we're doing is correct or not. Once they thought it's a very good idea, we thought, why not, take it to a next level. So we reached out to different organizations. As I mentioned in my presentation, it is always important to get involved with different organizations, different affiliated organizations, because that is how you're going to get recognized, is what I believe. So we reached out to different organizations through social media, through LinkedIn. I would say LinkedIn helped us a lot. So it is always important to be a part of LinkedIn, not just for jobs, but to network, to communicate, to in a professional way. LinkedIn always helped. So we, in the process of reaching out to different groups, we reached out to Dr. Krishna Vedula in California. He's based out in California. So he has an organization called IUCEE. So we reached out to him, and he said he really liked the idea of how we wanted to how we want to put everything into practice. So he started funding us, and we emailed different colleges. We drafted, we pitched our idea. We made presentations that we would like to present to different principals of colleges. So we marked down a few colleges that we had in our mind, that we could go and pitch them the idea of the 3-day workshop that we were planning to do. So we went there, and the principals, the faculties in the different colleges, they liked of how organized we were and how we want to put everything into practice. So that is what I would say, the support or the interest and the determination that you have always to make your goal a reality, it leads you to everywhere. I hope I'm answering the questions properly.
Yes, absolutely. So our next question is, when you first came to UIS as a new student, how did you proceed getting involved and engaged, and what are some of the things that you did to connect with students on campus?
Okay, so when I came to UIS, my advisor, the student advisor, Miss Rachel, she's been very supportive, I must say, because when I first came here, it's a very different thing for me because I'm from India, and I've never crossed my country borders before. So when I came here, it was very different. It's a very diverse environment, is what I would like to say, because I've seen different sets of people. I mean, different kinds of people with different knowledge, and I was very, because I'm I've grown in a place where I want to learn, I want to explore new topics, new subjects. So that was the same enthusiasm I had even now. So I spoke to Miss Rachel, and she told me that there are organizations in our college, there are activities that go around the campus, and if I am very interested, I should take part in them. So I happen to know about all the organizations from her, and I started going to classes. I started attending my classes where I spoke to my faculties. So they told me, Mr. Wang, he told me that there are conferences that happen, there are organizations that happen, the meets. So he suggested me to be a part of SAM, because I'm from MIS background. So SAM is one such organization which would give me a better uh, exposure, because they have conferences which will take me to different places, is what Mr. Wang told me. So I thought, okay, now this is interesting. I want to be part of this. So immediately I reached out to the faculty advisor of SAM, and then he told me that I have a process that I'm supposed to go through to be a part of SAM, because it is not easy for everyone to get in there. So I had an interview session with him, and that is how I got into be a board member of SAM. So that was an interesting journey for me. And ISO, the Indian Student Organization, is I took a special interest because of the cultural background that I am from. So I thought maybe, I'm here to contribute to the organization, and so I must say, everyone has been very supportive of me in this college. My classmates, my advisors, And I must say, even this opportunity, I am very grateful for, because I'm getting to share my experiences, my thoughts that I've never done before in a different platform, in an international, you know, in UIS or a different country than where I am from. So it's a very good opportunity for me, I must say.
Do you have any final thoughts or, I guess, takeaways for students trying to maybe launch into leadership, or if they're kind of on the cusp, what you would suggest?
I would say look out for opportunities. The world is all full of opportunities. So, though the world keeps changing, the opportunities, the market is very fluctuating. But I would say if you have the zeal, if you have the enthusiasm to lead the way, the world will welcome you, the market will welcome you, the opportunities will come your way. So it is not always about sitting in a place and watching or looking out for opportunities. Go out to the world, talk to different people. That is how you'll know that there is space for you, there is a place for you out there. So I believe go out on a hunt, take your strategize, plan your events, plan your goal, plan your vision, and create content. Hold your bow with confidence and shoot your arrow with precision.
I want to thank you so much, Tejashree, for leading our facilitation today. And I want to thank all the participants out there for your time and interest in our Career Bits session. And we hope that you took a lot away from all the different things that we focused on related to leadership. So once again, Tejashree, I just want to say thank you. You did a wonderful job and shared some wonderful information.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a very great opportunity for me. Thank you.
Thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.